all the chemical reactions that occur in a living thing or in a cell, all these chemical reactions are referred to as metabolism. And there are two subcategories or subtypes of metabolism, namely anabolism and catabolism. And I'm going to simply give examples of these here. First of all, anabolism is the synthesis, the making of large complex molecules out of simpler molecules. So when the cell builds up larger substances like polypeptides out of amino acids, then it's doing anabolism. And for example, you have individual amino acids over here, and when they're joined together into a peptide, then this is referred to as anabolism because you now have one single larger molecule. And in this case, new bonds have to be formed. And these bonds are over here, here, where the little circles over here, the little amino acids are joined together. And yeah, that's basically it. So new bonds have to be formed. And it's often like this that in anabolism, energy is required. So the buildup of molecules out of larger molecules, out of simpler molecules, often requires energy. So what you should probably write over here is energy up. Energy input over here. We have to feed in some energy over here. Another example of anabolism would be photosynthesis, and in this case, the plant takes carbon dioxide. I'm just going to give you now the full formula: 6 carbon dioxide plus 6 molecules of water, H2O, and you form glucose, C6H12O6, and 6 molecules of oxygen. And of course, this also requires energy, namely light. Light energy is needed. And glucose over here, that is the larger molecule which is built up, and you use smaller substances, namely carbon dioxide and water. So that's pretty much it concerning anabolism. And the other way around would be catabolism, and that is the breakdown of molecules to simpler molecules. I should probably say the breakdown of larger molecules to simpler molecules. And here you have the breakdown of a polypeptide. So essentially it would be the same thing here going the other direction. You have a polypeptide, and I'm not going to write this out. Polypeptide. And when a polypeptide is broken down into amino acids, I should probably write this with a space in between here. Then in this case, energy is released. Okay, so it's the breakdown. So it's the same thing. It's the opposite direction as up here. And in cell respiration, we are breaking down, the cells break down glucose to carbon dioxide and water. So I'm also going to write this out in the form of text. Glucose plus oxygen gas. And what you will make, we make carbon dioxide plus water. And of course, this releases energy in the form of ATP. Okay, so essentially, it looks like it's going. It's not cell respiration is not just photosynthesis running backwards, of course, but the reactants and the products are exchanged. The idea is again that you have a larger molecule over here, and it's broken down into smaller molecules. And when substances are broken down, then energy is released. Okay, so basically, how do you remember the differences between anabolism and catabolism? There's a little funny little thing here. You can think that Anna is a very constructive person, and she likes to be very, not only construct. She likes to construct. She likes to construct little things out of Lego, for example. So she builds things up, and then she has a cat, and this cat runs around her apartment and breaks everything down again. So that is basically a simple way of remembering this. Now, in the second foil over here, I'm just going to link anabolism and catabolism together with condensation and dehydration reactions. And basically what this means is that when two molecules are joined together, a molecule of water is formed. So if I have over here, for example, two amino acids, amino acid 1, amino acid 1, and I have a second amino acid over here. And if I make a dipeptide, and when I join these two amino acids together, a bond is formed, and also water is produced in the process. I should not write it like this. I'm just gonna plus H2O. So this is a dipeptide. Okay, so that is and these are the two amino acids over here. So this is called a condensation or dehydration reaction because water is removed. In a hydrolysis reaction, it's the opposite. Essentially, when substances are broken down, then water is needed. So, for example, when you digest food and when you have a chain of amino acids, or if you have, for example, a starch molecule or whatever, okay. And when it's broken down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subunits, how many molecules of water have to be formed? For each bond that you break, one molecule, not formed, one molecule of water is needed. Okay, so each bond over here requires one water molecule to be broken. So I should write over here plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 H2O, 4 water molecules in this case over here. Okay, so that is basically it. Condensation and dehydration reactions, as well as hydrolysis reactions, are explained in greater detail in a different video, especially in the video where I explain you how to make a dipeptide out of 2 amino acids. But for right now, this should just give you a general overview, and I think that should be enough for right now.